What is up, everyone? We are back with another episode of Footy with the Boys here. We got Nico Valderrama over here in the
What's
Columbia kit.
up?
How we
What's
doing,
up?
Nico?
Dude, chilling. Had the day off work yesterday because I had a cold, so this is basically, my Jordan Game 6 moment, fighting through the body, showing up for the boys like we
You
do.
are
Michael
so
Jordan
brave.
is the Nico of basketball. It's
That's what I've
Hey,
heard, dude.
some people have said that. Mike in a beautiful kit of a terrorist football club, the way they're playing recently. Everton. How are you feeling today, Mike?
Good. A
Like
lot
a
of good
fucking nut.
football this week. Return of the champions. How could you be mad?
How could you be mad? Return of the Champions League, return of the Europa League, and if you're a sicko, maybe even the Conference League.
Woo!
Oh, why don't we get into a little recap of the Champions League, and we'll
what's your
start
jersey,
with
Flags? What's yours?
it's a little Pulisic, a little AC Milan. You know what
Oh
I'm talking?
my god, this
Yeah,
guy.
you know, have to rep
Oh
the boy.
my god.
We start with why don't we start with Milan 0-0 versus Newcastle in their game. Milan were dominating, and Newcastle just kind of hung in there.
I'm so confused.
Bad.
I'm already
It's
lost.
not in the Premier League. It's in the Champions League.
That makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
What am I looking
Producer
up? AC
P with some
Milan?
Producer
technical
P.
difficulties here.
Holy
Guys,
big fucking football guy, this guy.
what are we thinking about Newcastle Milan? I thought this was a missed opportunity by Milan to get some points at home. Look at the shots alone, 25-6. Rafael Leao went for a back heel you'd see in like a pickup game and just missed a beautiful dribble for a tap in, and
You know,
yikes.
if Lau was world class, he would have won that
Yeah,
game for
I might
Milan.
take that statement
Turns out
back.
he's nuts, apparently. Apparently he's just a really good player. Uh Listen, I said Newcastle's getting through in this group, so it was a pretty big result for them to kind of shithouse their way to a 0-0 draw. They were by far like getting just run out of the pitch. So Milan was definitely the better side. I think it is a missed result, especially with PSG starting the group strong. Although the Dortmund loss does keep kind of that second spot open, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about Newcastle. Currently second in that group. I'm gonna stand by that prediction, even though I mean, they looked awful. So
It looked
not
pretty.
a ton of hope, but yeah, I think that's more crappy for Milan than it was good for Newcastle.
Mike, same thoughts? Something different?
Yeah, missed opportunity for Milan. They looked way more deadly, and they should have scored. Nick Pope kept Newcastle in the game. A lot of
Nicky.
poor substitutions for both managers. Not a good tactical game. Eddie Howe with some kind of pre-planned substitutions, which he's been kind of criticized for before. He doesn't look like he's really reading the game. He's got a few guys that are coming off the bench, and once it hits that 60-minute, he just puts them on. It's not a tactical substitution. And the same with Milan. Neither Pulisic or Musa starting. Little surprising to not see.
Musa hasn't started a single game for them
Yeah,
yet. I think
yeah. More surprising.
Obega starting. He hasn't played the entire season over Reinders, and I think Pulisic and Reinders were more of like a rotational thing because they have been playing nonstop. But yeah, I'm not sure if
Hey,
Champions League
that
is the
Reinders
game to go for
dude,
it.
that Reinders dude is a baller. I like that
He
guy.
is.
He's
Crazy
a good
baller.
player, bro. Yeah, he's sick.
He takes some shots though, just looking for screamers that are just he's not got on his locker so far at
Dude, he's gonna
Milan.
find one though. He's gonna find one,
Yeah,
and
he
you're gonna
will.
eat your words. And
Yeah.
then Trace
20,
is gonna
30
post
yarder.
this clip on Instagram to
Yeah,
roast
and
your
then
ass.
it's gonna get posted. Yeah.
Watch your words.
Yeah.
And then
Pioli's getting some fire.
Samuel Chukwueze starting on the right wing. He looked like the best attacking player on the field until he was subbed off, and I don't really know why. Pulisic came on. I'm going to criticize Pulisic. Dude was not in the game. Dude was not running. Dude was not pressing the ball. He looked frustrated. I was really disappointed by Christian Pulisic's performance. On the other hand, Yunus Musa looked fantastic. All over the field. Didn't miss a pass. Didn't miss a touch. Looked like maybe he got out of position a little bit, like trying to make an impact too much. But a solid performance from him.
I'll say positionally, Milan play a wild way in possession with the ball. Calabria goes into the midfield. Krunic drops back into a center back position. And so you see like Musa or Ruben Loftus-Cheek more often, essentially playing as another winger out there with Pulisic on the right. So I don't know. Tactically, there's been a lot of frustration around Stefan Pioli, but 0-0, Newcastle save it. We move to another team from England with Manchester United. Marcus Rashford, the influence is insane. Got them a 4-3 loss. This game was like a pretty handily 1-goal game. Manchester United kept getting back into it, and Bayern were just like immediately shutting them out.
Bro.
Nick, were you ever thinking, looking at the
Honestly.
scoreline, that maybe Manchester United could pull something out, or do you
No,
know that
what?
they're Manchester United?
What the fuck are you talking about? First of all, I was definitely locked into the Arsenal game, so watched
Jesus,
nothing of
dude.
that. Every time, like again, I haven't seen a second of the game still. Every time though I got the update that Bayern scored, I was like, of course. And then every time I got an update that Man U scored, I was like, lucky. Like there's no way that there was nothing inside me that thought Man U was gonna get anything from there. I think based on like what I read on Twitter or whatever, like I think 4-3 flatters them a little bit. But yeah, I mean, end of the day, 0 points going to Bayern, and sounds like they deserved it. I thought I had a question because we've been talking about sixes for a while. And so I asked Trace on the group chat, I was like, how's Casemiro looking? And I think he might be like next on that Fabinho list, bro. Like I think steep drop off is coming in.
I
Thoughts,
don't.
Trace?
That seems a bit rough to say. I think Manchester United
Dude,
is not playing a
I'm
good brand of
fucking calling
soccer.
it now. He's not. It's not. I'm telling you.
All
We're
right,
gonna talk about him at the end of this year, like we talked about Fabinho end of last year.
a legend.
I mean, yeah. If Casemiro fell off that much, it'd be a bigger story than Fabinho. Fabinho was never that good. I mean, he was solid, but not Casemiro.
Whoa. Fabinho was never that good. He was like part of the spine of that team,
Not
bro.
not
What
to
do you mean?
Yeah,
Casemiro's level though.
you're
Not to
comparing him to one of
Casemiro's
the
level
best
though.
CDMs of all time.
Casemiro is one of the best CDMs of all time.
Yeah, top 10 list for sure.
He is like a physical wrecker, but I don't know. Like I think,
Casemiro's been huge in so many UCL campaigns.
Let's
yeah, but
let's back
it's
burner
because
the
of his
Casemiro hate.
physicality, bro.
I got to rip into Man U here. All right.
All right.
All right, let's
I
give him
did
some
watch
leeway.
at least 60 minutes of this game. And yeah, the scoreline does flatter Man U. Bayern looked like they could score at any second. Manchester United can't defend in the transition. Their midfield just gets picked apart. Bayern's midfield's insane. And then their
Oh, sorry.
goalkeeping,
Who anchors that midfield?
Casemiro.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, whatever. And then Onana can't goalkeep. I mean, he kind of sucks right now. I think he's a good keeper. I'm not gonna be like, oh, he sucks now. He's
I don't
done.
think he sucks now. I think he's had so many clips throughout every club he's been at of these same mistakes. He's just good with the ball at his feet, but he's not an actual good keeper. Like
Not
he
everyone.
makes good
I'm not
saves
gonna
every
say
once in
that.
a while, but it's like, how many screamers can you like block a good shot and then just allow in like a stupid bouncer in? Like, I don't know. I think it's terrible for the money, at least.
It
Not
looks
everyone
like it
can be
right
David
now. I
Raya,
mean,
baby.
yeah, David De Gea is probably expecting a phone call at any moment.
David De
What's
Gea
wrong with
can't
David?
play with the ball at his feet though. That's more important than the shot blocking, I guess.
I mean,
But
yeah, Ten Hag got his ball playing goalkeeper, but the rest of the team can't play ball. So good for him.
yeah. Moving on to PSG versus Dortmund. It was 2-0 there. Kind of what we would expect. Dortmund haven't really been in good form in Bundesliga, so PSG with the star power they have come out on top. Any thoughts on this, guys?
Sounds like they could have used a Bellingham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving to Bellingham.
Well,
Oh, Union
start
Berlin.
power. Whoa, wait, skipping over? Is that we just
Do
giving
you
it a
have
glance?
some great thoughts on this? Did you
Boys,
expect a different
Jesus.
result?
I can only
Star
do so
power.
much here.
Yeah, the commentators all game were talking about, whoa, if only Bellingham was here, if only Holland was here. Like, Dortmund's not a feeder club like they've always been. They don't ever hold on to guys. So the
Jeez.
difference was star power. Mbappe doing his thing, getting a pen, and then Hakimi with fucking fantastical. Another former Dortmund player who they didn't hold on to.
Yeah. I mean, Dortmund just don't have that huge star like Sancho, Holland, Bellingham. They usually have at least one, and now they're just kind of a little flat without it. And I don't think they really
Gio Reyna? What?
replaced Bellingham that great.
Now they have Nicolas Sule.
Nicolas Sule.
Gio Reyna?
He's not playing for them right now. He just
Gio
got on the
Reyna?
bench. But now then, if we don't have any more to talk about with that, we can go to the former Dortmund guy, Bellingham, breaking the hearts of all those in Berlin. Real Madrid versus Berlin 1-0. I think it was the 90th plus 4 minutes, and he knocks it in after Berlin were fighting tooth and nail to keep it at 0-0 for so long. Bonucci. What a guy. Nick, what did you think of
Wild.
Berlin, Real Madrid?
Wild. Feel bad for Berlin, obviously. That sucks. They played such a good game defensively and like really and by the way, they ran their ass off too for like counters. Like it didn't really come up to any chances,
Brendan
but
Aaron's a
like they
ball, I'm
were
telling you.
yeah, they were on it. But I mean, I think Bellingham, we had this conversation for a couple weeks now, but world class? Like I think that's him, bro. By the way, I've decided my definition on world class. I think it is a player who consistently, like every game, is basically like taking the game by the neck. Like he is single-handedly winning you games. And I think at the moment Bellingham's doing that. So I mean Madrid, honestly, I didn't totally love how they played. I know they were rotated, don't get me wrong, but I didn't think they looked that
Yeah, but
great.
them rotated is
I know. But still,
still
like,
insane.
dude, I saw that team and I was like, Arsenal beats this team, bro. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's the one they put out. The one they put
That's
out.
delusion.
The one they put out. Okay. So yeah, I mean Bellingham's class. Who else could it be? Um, wasn't like a great goal or anything, but right place, right time. That's what the best players do. So, huge for his building legacy and stock over at Madrid.
Yeah. Speaking of the
Yeah.
other,
Real Madrid's looking like they're missing Vinicius right now in that attack. Joseu and Rodrigo up top, and they just don't really have anybody who's going to take off the dribble and kind of beat one of those low block teams. Berlin was sitting kind of like Atletico Madrid a lot of the game, and they're going on counters. And I thought maybe a mistake they made was subbing off Bonucci. I mean, I get it; he's older,
I
and
thought that was interesting.
he played a hell of a game. They sub him off in the 79th minute. You leave a dude like that out there to see it out. And I'm not saying like, oh, he's going to have a goal line
Especially against
clearance there,
Real, bro. Like
but that's their best defender. That guy's a fucking world beater. He's won it all. That's a guy
he's
you want on
been
the
there,
team.
bro.
Right. Union Berlin doesn't get a player like Bonucci, and now they do have a guy like that.
Yeah, dude, that Champions League pull, crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. 1-0. They're going to feel not that they deserved more because they were just fighting on for anything, but pretty discouraged by that to not get a point out of that. Going over to the other Spanish giants, Barca. I'd like to issue an apology to a certain Portuguese Havertz, João Felix.
Yeah, after you got exposed.
He is, yeah, after I got exposed on our Instagram page. But yeah, 2
IG Footy
goals,
_ with the boys, by the way.
and he's on fire recently. Mike, as our resident Barca expert, what's been
Okay.
his key to success?
I'm a fledgling fan. Let's not call me an expert. You flatter me here. But yeah, I owe him a little bit of an apology too. I didn't roast
No, you
him
did.
or say
No, you
shit
did.
like Flags did,
No, you
but I
did.
said I don't know how he fit in, and obviously he fits in just fine. Yeah, back-to-back 5-goal games. Betis on the weekend, La Liga, and then against a smaller team here with Antwerp. But I mean, they're the Belgian winners of last year. Felix on fire. He revolutionized our attack, which looked stale. Lewandowski was asked to be on the ball too much, and that's not his game, especially now being a little older. So it allows him to find space and be that target guy, poacher that he is. And then Felix is just looking fantastic. I love the team. I like the fact that we're scoring a lot of goals. Gives me a ton of confidence knowing that sooner or later we're going to play Madrid in the league and some bigger teams in Europe, and we're going to need to be in that form.
World class talent, not a player, but he's got everything to be one of those guys. I said just like takes over games
To be
consistently.
right, man.
So baller. I said it. I also said I don't know how he fits in the Barca team. But I did rate the player. Happy to see him succeeding. Do you think he needs a new haircut though? At some point, I just he looks like a kid. It's
I like
bugging
it
me a
there.
little bit. I don't know, man.
I wish I had it. The boy band hair.
Is that him?
Yeah.
To be
Is this him?
fair, all of our doubt. No, that's Robert Lewandowski.
Motherfucker.
But doubt
I don't want his
of
hair.
João Felix is so. I mean, he played at Atletico Madrid and Chelsea. A little foresight, those are
Dude,
pretty
that's what I said.
terrible
Come on.
places to be an attacking talent. So maybe he's just at Barca, and this is just who he should have been for the past 4 years.
Hell yeah.
But yikes! But he's still not as hot, not as blazing hot of a scorer as Lazio's keeper, getting a last-minute equalizer in their Champions League game. He was in the 94th minute. He's wearing 94, and there was some other 94 reference in there.
Born in '94.
Born in 94. Came
Okay.
in with an absolute beauty of a run through the defense. For some reason, Atletico decides not to mark the guy in the bright-ass colored shirt. And he gets an open header to knock it in.
They thought he was the
How
ref.
pissed are you if you're an Atletico fan?
Furious, obviously. Fuming. It wasn't even directly from the corner. Like the ball popped out and then they played it back in. I mean, of all like the moments in soccer outside of like winning a trophy, a last minute goal by a keeper to win the game, that's got to be number one, right? Like there's nothing better than that in the Champions League. Like holy shit. Um insane moment. Really, it reminds us why we love football, dude. Like it is just a fantastic fucking moment. Seeing them celebrate after, he has no idea how to celebrate. He's just like running to the middle of the pitch,
Mean
like,
mugging.
completely lost, and then randomly turns around and hugs his teammates. Like it was really cool, man. That's why we watch.
That was amazing. And the run he makes there is a striker's run. Dude,
Yeah,
what's he
it was
doing?
actually an insanely good run through the
He's 8
defense.
yards
It's
out,
crazy.
finds a little
Yeah.
slot, tracks the ball, flicks it in like he's done it a million times. Ivan Provendell,
Bro,
take
I've
a
been
fucking
dreaming of
bow.
that for years.
Oh my god. As a youth player, like Sunday League, he was definitely going up on corners. Like
Oh, yeah.
he's been there before, just not at this stage.
And the only time I remember that is that Allison header in the Premier League, like from a couple years ago.
And
you
this
never
one's
see it.
better, like let's be
Right. This
honest.
was in the Champions League game.
Or
This was
Yeah.
Tim
amazing.
Howard's beauty from Everton, the full field, the goal kick,
Oh,
That's
yeah.
different though. That's
all the
different.
way with the wind.
A little bit of a fluke.
Yeah, all those feel lucky, yeah.
I mean, I don't think any goalkeeper goal is going to be strictly
No,
off of
dude,
skill.
this one was skill.
This one was
That
something
was a
else.
bullet, bro. Oh my god.
I know a lot of strikers who don't put those away. Darwin Nunes.
No.
Jesus
And a
Ferreira.
lot of them in the Prem.
Anyways, Jesus Ferreira. Oh, jeez. Yeah, Sociedad Inter was the last game for our roundup. Inter has to be the most bipolar team in Europe. They go from absolutely murdering a very good Milan team, like murdering. It wasn't even a close game, to tying with Sociedad, which they're a decent team, but geez, you'd expect them to be a little bit better. Mike, you seem like you have
Lucky tie.
some
A
hot
lucky
thoughts here.
tie at that, dude. I don't know if you guys saw the game. I watched a bit and then I watched highlights. Sociedad should have put him away. Sociedad had chance after chance, especially in the
I like
first
that team, bro.
50 minutes of the game. They could have scored. They hit the crossbar, they missed sitters, and they did score one. And then they let Inter somehow get away with one. A decent goal from Arturo Martinez, who's kind of been on fire. But I mean, Inter really has to thank God we got a point there because they did not look like they were going to get one.
I like that Sociedad team. That's really all I gotta say. But it sucks for them to not be able to put them away. Sounds like they should have finished their chances. But yeah, I also think I talked a little bit of trash on Inter during our Champions League preview. So Nicky takes feeling pretty good this week. Not gonna lie.
He takes. I don't like that
Nick,
name at
Nick,
all.
is Kieran Tierney bringing a little Gunner spirit over there to
Let me
Sociedad?
tell you, dude. We'll get into my favorite Arsenal player later on in our roundup, but Kieran was one of my like top three favorite players. Sad to see him go, and awesome to see him playing well. Exactly what you want to see. That dude is a proper fucking fullback, just like Scottish through and through, up and down the wings, physical, not scared of anyone. Whew. I miss him, and I'm happy to see him doing well.
We love Tierney. Getting over
Kieran.
to where Tierney used to play over in big ol' England. We're out of the UCL. We're into the Prem. We have our featured games. We had Man U versus Brighton. Really thought this game would be a little bit closer. Brighton just seemed in charge the entire time and levels above. I'd said I was really worried about Manchester United's defense versus the dribblers that Brighton have, and it worked out that way. It was not a good game for Manchester United. Erik ten Hag under even more pressure now. We're going back to the panic meter. What if it's not at 10? When is it going to be at 10 for Erik ten Hag now? Mike, we'll start with you.
Dude, it's an 11.
It's 11.
I mean, forget about playing against good dribblers. Man U's got to be scared about playing against anybody. I mean, they can't defend shit. They had Danny Welbeck go on a run. 35-year-old Danny Welbeck, the former United man, goes and of course he scores against them. Why the hell would he not? And yeah, dude. Really bad loss for Manchester United. They look like shit. And Brighton, another bipolar team. They beat the big teams and then they go lose in Europa League. They're kind of all over the map right now.
Yeah, dude. I think we've given Ten Hag his shit already. I still believe the same thing, fraud. But what talking about Lisandro Martinez on fraud alert as well? Because the butcher, like,
There's about half of Manchester United's team that's on fraud alert, if not already been alerted.
I see a meme of Lisandro getting turned and like dropped like 3 times every week. They play one game a week. Like what's going? So I don't know, man. That team brings me a lot of joy to see the struggle they're in, specifically as we experience our rise. But yeah, I running out of stuff to say on Man U. They're so bad.
But they look so much better like a year ago when Erik ten Hag first took over and got his system going, but with the players that were already there, it looked so much better. They were playing a pretty good brand of football. Now
So what's the difference, Flags?
He's gotten his players and he's changed it to a worse brand of football. What is he doing?
I think it's him. I think people don't buy in with him. Like I think he's a bad leader of men. He's every time you
Might
hear him
be.
talk,
He's had
kind of
so
a
many
bitch.
conflicts with players already.
Kind
Dude,
of a bitch, dude.
He sucks. And I know there's going to be some Man U fans out there who are saying, oh, if we were healthy, if we had all our players available. Dude, I'm not convinced if they had everybody available that they would be any better. I mean,
Who
it's not
would
the
be a game changer for
personnel.
them?
They just look like not a team. I mean, I don't know. Jane Sancho, if he's playing well.
Jadon Sancho's
sucks
healthy
on
as a
him.
horse right now. He's just not playing.
Well, yeah, well, if he
I
was
thought
playing
Erik
Connor,
ten
well,
Hag has beef with one of his players. Like
maybe Mason Mount, Luke Shaw. I
oh
mean,
yeah, Mason Mount
you
is
Varane.
think Mason Mount, Mr. 007, is going to turn around Manchester United?
Do I personally think so?
shit.
No, but people do say that. I don't know who these people are or why they exist, but they still rate Mason Mount.
You know what does make me really happy though, because this 4-3 loss to Bayern, yeah, you see on Twitter, bro, it's giving Man U fans like hope. They're like, oh, we took the game to them, like only one goal, we got him at home, and it just makes me so happy to see them crushed week in and week out. Like,
This
oh,
Burnley game this
they're a garbage
weekend
team.
will be
Listen,
absolutely
this is
demolishing people's mental health if it does
this
not
is
go
fine
well.
must win. borderline must win. Like, come
The
on.
Holy
It'll be-
Osho Masterclass coming.
There'll be
Oh,
Is
I'm
that
ready for it.
There'll be
that's at
riots
Old
in
Trafford,
Manchester
right?
if
I
they win.
think. No, it's at Burnley. I
At
don't know,
Burnley.
man. I don't know.
At the Turf Moor.
Yeah, at the Turf Moor.
Oh,
Also, just last thing on Ten Hag, Palmer. I don't know if you have the tweet on Discord. I think it's the first one we sent. But quote from Eric Ten Hag: "All the teams have spent a lot of money. Brighton have spent money. When Manchester United come, it inflates the price. This is also true." He's saying that he can't compete financially with Brighton because of inflated prices. The 11 for Brighton cost 16 million British pounds this weekend. That smoked him, bro. Like, oh, I'm so over this guy and the excuses. Zero accountability whatsoever.
just a wild excuse for Manchester United. Like, you're in the
All they
Premier
got
League
is
where
money.
every team, Nottingham Forest, is spending more than any other like team in a different league outside of England. But you're at Manchester United, who has some of the deepest pockets, and he's worried about the financial strength compared to
Hilarious.
Brighton.
Fraud.
Who has he not
Fraud.
signed that he's wanted? He's got everybody, but they just
They
paid
spent
Frankie.
100 million on Anthony
Frankie.
because he could do a circle.
They spent
All right, we
70
gotta
on
get off
Mason
Man
Mount.
U.
Yeah, the poor Man U fans listening to this. Mike, get over to the other Manchester. Might make actually Man U fans feel even worse. Manchester City versus West Ham. There was a second there that I thought maybe Mikel Antonio was gonna do some magic.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, James Ward-Prowse with a striker's header, a dude who I don't expect to win a ball in the air, buries one, and yeah, they kind of echoed it this week as well in their Champions League game. Conceded first, and then they kind of just kick in, and City takes over, and they score a bunch of goals like they do. A few notable players: Jeremy Doku. This guy is legit.
Baller.
See,
A proper
Baller.
winger, and creates off the dribble, and he cuts in so quick onto that right foot that defenders can't turn their hips in time, and he's going to score a lot of goals that way, or provide a lot of assists. Mateus Nunes dropping into the deeper midfield.
Baller.
He looked like he fit in. Like, I thought I was going to be a guy who's going to sit around for a while, but another reason for Calvin Phillips not to play. Poor him.
Fraud.
And Erling Haaland, dude, doing a little. He's
he's come out
advancing
of
his
nowhere,
game.
hasn't he, Mike?
He's advancing his game. I said last week maybe he doesn't have as many facets to his game as Harry Kane, but the assist he set up for Julian Alvarez this week was fantastic.
Julian Alvarez is
I love that
absolutely
player.
absurd to be a second string striker.
Oh
So
my
annoying.
gosh, dude.
He's playing like as a 10 right now, right?
Yeah,
he
he's
played
playing the
under
De Bruyne
Haaland.
role, and he's got
Baller.
like a bunch of goals and assists already.
Baller. Yeah, I think I said a couple weeks ago, but major KD Warriors vibes with this Man City team. Doesn't even look like they try until they have to, if I'm being honest. Like, it's ridiculous. I mean, up and down the field, all their players playing to like the max of their capabilities. And you have a guy like Holland, you have some of the players that they have. I'll walk back my take. We'll say Rodri's world class. I apologize to all the Instagram fucking viewers out there. Uh, but uh, but yeah, wow, what a team, and it feels bad. It feels a little crushing, but anything can happen in this beautiful game, so we'll see.
See, Man City just seems like they get these slow starts that give people hope that maybe they're stumbling, and then it's like playing against an older brother. It's just they're giving you a few points to make you feel good, and then just smack the shit out of every shot you have, and go up by 50, and you're like, oh, okay, never mind.
As an older brother, I don't know anything about that. I will deny the story.
Like it was more of the push than the swatting a shot type of older brother.
Stick out a leg.
Yeah,
Manchester City they look like the most complete team I've seen in a long, long time. I can't remember a team in recent memory who's been as complete as Manchester City.
I mean, they just have nonstop funds. They had a $100 million center back signing that wasn't that big of a deal for them. I feel like it wasn't a huge signing that they hyped up like crazy. It was just, oh yeah, and we're gonna sign this up and coming star center back, and that's it for the transfer window. But
And Doku and Nunes.
Doku, yeah. But maybe there's a chance for the old Gooners to be even more complete. Nick, they faced the perennial powerhouse of the Premier League, the Everton Toffees, this weekend. They were able to squeak out a 1-0 upset against them. How lucky do you feel after a result like that?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm really happy with the result. And we talked about it last week. Like hard place for Arsenal to go play. Haven't won there since Papa Wangs was still at the club. So to see us fight through like oh my God, Trossard's goal is incredible. And Palmer, if you could scroll down to the lineups really quick, I think what this is showing us, and you see there, like the man in the picture was Eddie Nketiah. But keep going down, Palmer, to the lineups, the bench part. I think what's putting them apart this year is I think we're like a much deeper, stronger team. You look at the names on this bench: Gabby Jesus, Tomiyasu, Trossard, Havertz, Smith Rowe, Kivior, Jorginho. I mean, like real players, like players that could start for us really easily. I don't know. It sucks because Man City's so strong, but it feels like this Arsenal team with the strength they have in depth now, like we are legit, and it makes me so happy. I've seen a lot of things of like people be like, oh, Arsenal are getting boring now when like every single team in the Prem now is playing terrorist ball against us, like low blocks, doubling up on the wings every single time. The one team that's been brave enough to actually play against us this season is PSV, and we saw how that went. Dog walked 4-0. Like we're too good for them. So really, really big for Arsenal there. I'm happy to end that streak, and I think I think I have a new favorite player on Arsenal Football Club. And I think that man's name is Declan Rice. Because let me tell you about this player. Last year when we went to Goodison, we did not get a result. And it was because they're like gang of midfielders, bro. Like Onana guy and Decore Iwobi was there last year. Like they were just bullying us at Goodison. Our starting midfield this game was Rice and then Odegaard and Fabio Vieira. Like I don't know if you've seen those men, but they are not big players. Like
Like,
they get bullied, and Declan Rice to single-handedly pocket that entire midfield with a bunch of like physical bad men on it. He I've said it before, the six is my favorite position to watch, and he is my favorite player to watch play it because oh my God, what a
Wait,
man.
wait, wait, whoa, whoa, whoa.
let him
The
have it.
6 is your favorite position to
I swear
watch.
to God, yes,
In
100%.
all of football, your favorite thing is a 6.
Yes.
Connoisseur right there.
I
Wow.
love it. Watching them off the ball and then seeing how they orchestrate a team, like the real elite ones, a bad one's horrible to watch. But when you get guys like Declan Rice right now, I mean, I'm just in love with this player, let me tell you.
That's an
What do you guys
interesting take.
what do you guys think about the depth though? Do we think Arsenal can take it a step further this year now that they've got a deeper team?
Yeah.
I mean, what's a step further than second? I don't just
Well,
first and
we didn't
Man
get any
City.
trophies last year.
Competing in Europe, competing on the cup titles, domestic cups.
I think they showed in UCL they're ready to compete. They're not gonna mess around there. PSV not used to having to play defense in the
They
Dutch
got
league,
shit on.
but
They got
yikes, they
shit on.
got shown up. But
Also, from a couple of toffees, what I think every team looks good. Like, do they not play like that against other teams? Because they always play us
they don't
well.
score though. They don't score like
I
every game that you watch of Everton, they'll have chances to score and they just don't ever. No matter how close or how easy the chance is.
We play fine at home usually. It's just, yeah, what Flags has said about our attack.
Or we
I
just don't
like
really
I
have an
like
attacker that's clutch at all.
I think maybe it'll take a second, but I do think like the strategy should work with guys like Beto and Calvert-Lewin up there. Like just long ball and feed off of them.
It'll work against some teams. Didn't take long for you to pick up old Dex. I'll have to give Rob Holding the bad news.
Okay, Rob Holding.
I knew he was your
Shout out to
favorite.
Rob's hairline, made a crazy
Um,
comeback.
but you said that people are saying Arsenal's playing boring. I mean, I'm not seeing that at all. Maybe people have said it. I haven't seen it, but from when I watch Arsenal, holy shit, dude, they're fantastic to watch. So creative. And watching the Champions League, the Trossard Jesus pairing is
Oh my
like
god.
that is beautiful. That's what I want to watch. Like I don't care what other game's going on if those guys are playing.
Yeah,
Um,
bro.
Jesus missed one, and Trossard and him or Trossard missed one, and they put heads together, and then the
Mhm.
next couple plays they're linking up, like finding each other 30-yard, 20-yard passes, link up play. I mean, that is pretty to watch, and they're playing out of their minds. Trossard looks like he might not give up that spot on the left wing. I mean, Martinelli might have to fight for it.
Yeah, really quick before we move off Arsenal, and I know we'll talk about the derby later, but I do feel really bad for Martinelli on injury, missing our Champions League debut. He's been a huge part of our rebirth. And very happy for Saka, who's been the main man to get that first
That
goal in
was
the
so
Champions
fun
League
to
after
watch.
7 years.
Oh my gosh.
Love him. And then
Yeah,
last thing I'll say on the goalkeeping situation, because David Raya has come in and supplanted Aaron Ramsdale these past 2 games. I love Ramsdale. I honestly would have given him a loyalty start for the Champions League for all he's done for us. I think Raya's better, dude. I really do. He looks so assured and calm. And if I had to pick my strongest 11, I'd put Raya in there right now.
Wow,
I don't think
that's
that's
high praise.
crazy to say after the results they've been having with Raya, but
Good player.
they have two good choices. I don't think
Most
they can
diluted.
really go that far wrong with either of
Yeah,
those two. But
agreed.
Yeah, your strength of your roster is crazy this year, every position.
Yep.
all right, moving on to the rest of our big six with the roundup. We had Liverpool versus the lowly Wolverhampton Wanderers. They had a 3-1 victory. Liverpool looking pretty good this year. Are they a title challenge? We were talking about that with Arsenal. Liverpool were that team for a few years with Man City that were going toe to toe. Are they able to push Man City again? Are they able to push Arsenal? What are we thinking 5 games in? Where are they gonna finish? Mike, I'll go to you first.
Yeah, they're going to be top three. And the order of Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool is kind of like a crapshoot right now. I bet on Man City. I think that's the smart choice and the easy choice with just how good they are. But the one advantage Liverpool has is they're playing in Europa League, and the squad they put out today was mostly non-starters, and they still got the
Hmm.
result. I mean, they subbed on some starters at the end. Salah came on, scored, but that doesn't really make his legs tired. So if they're able to compete with really no squad rotation in the league, they're going to be tough. They're going to be really tough. They'll score a lot of points. I expect it to be a real 3-horse race.
Yeah, dude, I agree. I think they're in the title race, if I'm being honest. And I'm very excited for the games where those 3 teams play against each other. I think Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, they'll be fun. I think Spurs will be that 4th team at the end of the year. I'm on Flags' train now with Big Ange.
Oh, big inch.
Uh, but uh, but yeah, dude, that's gonna be some fun football to watch. I I still put Liverpool third. I do think there'll be a title challenge from them at least up until like the last month or so. But man, I mean, who's playing in the middle of the park? McAllister is like their main strength in midfield. Like, I don't know,
Szoboszlai,
bro.
though,
That
he's been
that makes it. Oh,
looking pretty
yes, very
good.
good. I'm talking defensively. I'm talking defensively.
Wait, you don't like
Um,
Yeah,
Endo?
it's McAllister or Endo at that 6, and then Gravenberch actually started deeper today, which I don't expect to really
yeah,
see.
none of those players. I mean, Endo, that's how he plays, but he's not the quality, I don't think. And those other two, that's not their actual game. So
They
I think
should have
against
got
the good
Tyler
teams,
Adams, man.
they could get exposed. But yeah, they're fun to watch. And Darwin Nunez, dude, out of nowhere. Maybe he's
Are
not the
winning.
laughing stock.
Are winning.
I think it's hard to count somebody out after one. It wasn't even terrible year. It's just not up to expectations of his price tag type year.
He got bought at the same time as Holland. Like it
He
was
got
just a bad
compared to
look.
Yeah,
Holland. That's just
being compared to Holland,
unreasonable,
you're not
dude.
winning that comparison.
Yeah, it sucks.
Poor guy. Also, just on a down year for the entire team, so
Totally.
he came in at like possibly the worst time for him to have good reactions to it. But he's having a better year this year. I think all the 3 teams, Arsenal, Manchester City, Liverpool, they've all had some adversity thrown at them with slow starts or like other teams scoring on them, tying it up, playing really stingy defensively. and they're still pulling out the results, which is what you need in a title run. So they're all getting it done as of now. For a team that's not getting it done, boys, I feel pretty bad to say this. I thought it was disrespectful last week when everybody chose Bournemouth to beat Chelsea. And I said, no, I think Chelsea will come out with it. Boy, did they not. My goodness, Chelsea is just, what is their issue? They have so much money invested into this. How are they not beating teams? Mike, do you have an answer? Please.
Dude, there's no answer. I mean, they just kind of stink. I saw a video that was kind of sums up their season so far up top. It was Nicholas Jackson taking a shot, and they kept
Oh,
increasing the
dude.
size of the goal.
Increasing percentage, yeah.
Yeah, and I think it got to 300% before it ever went in. So, yeah, dude, I don't know. They've like looked okay at certain times. Like Raheem Sterling looked great for one game,
Against
and
Luton.
yeah,
I guess
yeah,
Luton.
yeah, I guess you're right. But I don't know, man. I don't want to bash on him too much. Maybe Poch has something I could figure out, but I don't see it.
They are garbage. Like they're a really, really bad team. You have to be disappointed if you're Bournemouth not getting a result against Chelsea, if I'm being honest. Bournemouth times more entertaining to watch than this Chelsea team. They have like some at least like a vision. These Chelsea players just throw like money at a bunch of players and toss them on the field together. And they're like, all right, figure it out. And let me tell you, that strategy is not working out right now.
I
Bad
mean,
team, bad club. Um, if they ever click, the players have the talent outside of really the striker position. I feel like they have players there. But I don't know. I keep saying it's gonna click at some point, and maybe it just won't, bro. Maybe they suck.
they're just buying a bunch of young players where even at like a place like a Dortmund or like Ajax, it's like you have young players out there that are like prodigies that you would want to be playing, but you're not playing a full 11 of them. And that's what Chelsea, I think, is like trying to do. They're like going football manager mode on like FIFA and like buying all these like high potential players, but they also have to be able to perform consistently now. And these players have like shown spurts of their greatness. They can be great. They're not there yet. And now they're in the toughest league with everybody else spending money on players that are currently good. It's a tough look. We're gonna talk a little bit more about them in our featured games coming up, but we'll leave it at that for now. Not a great look. We'll move over to, like Nick said, my favorite guy, Big Ange, with the Tottenham Hotspurs. They get a win that I don't know if anybody could have predicted going into extra time. It was 1-0, and Sheffield was absolutely locking down shop for the entire game.
Plus
And then
14,
it came
Jesus.
down to the boy himself, Richarlison, to get one on the board, but they weren't done. They go ahead and get a winner 2 minutes later. Nick, as a big Tottenham fan, how are you feeling about
Oh
this big
sure.
result for you guys?
Oh sure. So part of me sad I can't banter with Charleston. I've been on his ass pretty hard. But also I saw him cry for Brazil. I, happy for him. Like, congrats,
Yeah, it's
buddy.
just
Like,
mentally, he really needed this one.
I know, like as a teacher, I just feel like I need to reach out to him, like put my arm around him, be like, it's gonna be okay. Which honestly is what Big Ange did in his pressers. Like I am happy with Richarlison's in a better headspace. Obviously upset Tottenham came away with the 3 points. It was gonna be a very good weekend for me, with Tottenham and Man U losing and Arsenal getting the win. Um, you
Should
know,
we still consider Man U a rival you have to worry about points wise?
I just hate them, bro. It's not a
Oh,
rivalry
okay.
thing. It's just I
Just pure
despise
hate.
them.
Just pure
Yeah,
hate.
it's pure hate. And same with Tottenham. Although I gotta say, dude, he he being Big Ange, like making it really hard to dislike this team. Like really
He's
difficult.
such a likable
I
guy.
hate the club, but this team right now, they're kind of fun to watch. They kind of got some good personalities. I hope we just take them for a walk this weekend. But I am really excited about the game. And it's not just coming from a place of hate; it's coming from a place of like, this is gonna be a fun one to watch. So that a huge win. That's the kind of win that like starts building mentalities at a football club, I think, like builds a belief within your squad with two late winners like that. So huge for Spurs. Horrible club, but I think this current squad and current manager, they got something.
That's gonna be a proper game. Good for
Oh yeah,
Richarlison. Glad to see him score, and then he got the assist for the winner as well. Son showing him some love. Good for the
love
captain.
that. Yeah,
And
love that.
dude, if you're Sheffield, oh, that's gotta be such a heartbreaker, man.
That
They're looking at
is
they're
real
looking
tough.
at possibly some of the only 3 points they're gonna get, and then that slips away, and they're like, okay, we can hold on for a point. This would be really good, and then oh, sorry, 0 points for you. Relegation looks in the near future.
And Ollie
Likely.
McBurney getting a red card. The 14th minute of stoppage time. That's just
That's a
adding
head
salt to the
scratcher.
wounds there.
Big result for Everton.
That is one
True.
of our
Relegation battle.
Oh, Tommy's. What a game there. Honestly, Tottenham was playing pretty well into their system, getting chances, just not finishing them all this game.
For sure,
Because
yeah.
Sheffield was so packed in, and then broke loose in the 8th minute of stoppage time. Feels bad for Sheffield, man. Feels bad.
For sure.
Yeah. Going around the rest of the league, we had some good results. Fulham getting a 1-0 versus Luton. The Giants Luton still not firing quite yet. Villa 3-1 versus Palace. And Newcastle getting back some form here. Had the draw against AC Milan we mentioned earlier. Now a 1-0 win versus Brentford. And we close it out with Callum Hudson-Odoi with a screamer for Nottingham Forest versus Burnley. Nottingham Forest are very silently in, I think, like 7th or 8th place right now.
No, they're not.
So they are in 8th place right there.
Wow.
So, like I said, it was silently. You didn't even hear him. You did not even hear him coming in.
They look like a comfortable mid-table team. I think that's kind of where they'll finish, and
Good for
yeah,
them, because they
got a
were
good squad.
looking lost last year. They were lucky to turn it around towards the end and stave
Yeah.
off relegation. But
Is
getting
Nottingham
into
Forest the
next week,
blueprint for Chelsea?
the blueprint for Chelsea, stave off relegation so you can be a mid-table team next year.
They might just buy their whole team next season and just put them out there.
Who's to say they don't?
Really quick, Johan Duran scored a banger. Colombian pride, baby. For Villa. What a
Chicago
goal.
Fire Pride.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
What a guy.
Represent.
Next, we get into our featured games of the upcoming week. And we start off with Mike with the mighty Liverpool versus West Ham, who seem to maybe getting a little too confident in themselves. Mike,
Oh,
give us the preview here. Set the stage for us.
Yeah, confidence indeed. Mikel Antonio saying that he likes West Ham over Liverpool by the end of the season, which is, that's mad talk. There's having confidence in your team, but then there's talking like an idiot for the press. So,
Jesus.
yeah, I kind of have liked West Ham. I talked about them earlier this season. Oh, get some good results. They look decent. And then I previewed them last week, and I took City to beat them big, and I'm going to do it again this week. Liverpool's going to beat them big.
Oh shit.
Maybe I'm going to say 3-1 again. So I said 3-0 last week, 3-1 finish. I'll say 3-0 or 3-1 this week. West Ham might score first, and then Liverpool will turn on the gas like City did. And ultimately, Salah will end up somewhere on the score sheet.
When does he not? Jesus Christ.
Yep.
All right, Nick, you thinking the same? You cheeky Hammers fan over here?
Let's say I don't fucking know. I'll take Liverpool. Let's say 2-0.
I'm also taking Liverpool. I'm going 2-1 Salah and Szoboszlai with the goals.
Szoboszlai.
Szoboszlai. What a fun name to go through.
Good name, better player.
Nick, I'm going to save your game for the end because it seems like it's a significant higher quality game than the one that I'm about to feature. We have Chelsea versus Aston Villa, and I said we would get to Chelsea later. Guys, Aston Villa is, I feel like, a strong favorite in this. I strongly think they will win this. Palmer, if you can scroll down all the way to Chelsea here, if they lose this game, they are quite literally towards the relegation fight. Like, it can go from bad to worse. And if you look at Chelsea, if you click on Chelsea there, Palmer, and look at their upcoming game, relegation fight will not be that crazy. They have Arsenal, Brentford, Tottenham, then Man City coming up as some of their next games. They are getting 0 points from any of those. They are going to be fighting for their lives.
Flags, you're being harsh. They could sneak a draw against Brentford. Come on.
You can sneak a draw versus Brentford. All right. Nick, is there any hope for Chelsea to turn this around and get
No.
like top 8? Is that a optimistic? Where is
Is
optimistic for Chelsea?
8's Conference League, right?
Yeah.
Or is that wrong? Yeah.
No.
7? 7's
Seven.
Conference League?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're not making it to Europe. No way. I think they could sneak an 8th, but you look at the other teams and how strong they've been. No chance. I honestly don't see them finishing top 10. And if they do, it's 10th. Like, I don't think I don't see them turning it around this week. I got Aston Villa in a big way. I got Aston Villa 3-0.
Mike, how long until Pochettino gets put on the hot seat here? I know it's young players, but they're
I think
playing
they
like
should give.
dog shit.
I think they should give him a bit. I don't really
Mm.
blame him for all this.
Where has he shown that he's
good.
the right guy, though? Where has he ever shown that?
Tottenham,
Spurs.
he was a successful manager.
Okay, a right guy for the mentality of that club back then. Like what? Like that is
You have
not
to
where
remember
Chelsea's trying to
that the
be.
mentality of Chelsea has changed. They're a mid-table team.
How's
At
their
best.
mentality changed when they're spending $1 billion freaking dollars in 12 months? Like that mentality hasn't changed. They just suck.
That has forced the mentality change.
That's called clinical depression. We're talking about
That's
two
just
different
like them
things.
accepting. They're at the acceptance stage at this point.
I'm going to take Chelsea this week. I
Oh,
think they're going to
shut
beat
up.
Villa.
No, they're not.
I have a sneaking suspicion that Mike actually might be right, and we're both
Oh
going to
my,
be real
come
pissed off.
on.
That's what I'm thinking.
Come on.
Villa played in Conference League today, and they lost to a team called Legia out of the Polish league, who are sitting in 3rd in the Polish league. I don't know that team, but I know
Sounds
Aston
like you
Villa.
do, since you know where they stand in the Polish standings.
I looked it up. Aston Villa played a lot of their starters today and had the rest of them come off the bench when they were losing. And they've lost some games big this year. They got shit on by Newcastle, who hasn't looked all that good this year. So I'm going to take Chelsea 2-0.
Dude, you're the one talking about ups and downs with games. Aston Villa just went down. They're about to go up. Like they're gonna smoke
They're
Chelsea.
due, as some might say.
I think they're down 2, up 1, kind of.
And let's be real, dude. Let's be real. Is it like Chelsea in the Polish league? Are they getting 3rd? I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Like, maybe it's a tougher test. Who knows?
They won't be able to score goals there either. So whatever 0-0
Goal
draws
bigger.
get you, that's what they'd be.
Actually, yeah. Do they have bigger goals? Nicholas Jackson
Goal
can
bigger.
bring one in. 300% bigger.
Chelsea, in theory, should be good with the players they have on the field, but in actuality, they're just not.
Thank
So,
God this game isn't played in theory.
Aston Villa, I'm going 2-0. Nick, what's your score prediction? I think we got one from Mike already.
3-0 Villa.
Wow. All right. We get to the main event of the evening. Tottenham, Arsenal. The Gunners versus Spurs. Nick, tell us the romantic preview of this derby.
Dude, oh my God. I'm so excited for this game. I was talking about it earlier, but I think the play style of Tottenham, I think they're going to try to play against us. I really do, which means that this game is going to be fun to watch. Take away the part that it's just a derby and they're always great. It's at the ends. I'm excited to see them play under the lights again, and I think it's gonna be a really, really fun game to watch. Ainge showed up to Real Madrid last year with Celtic in the Champions League and like tried to play against them. So why wouldn't he try to play against Arsenal with a team like Tottenham? So yeah, I'm pumped up. I like our chances, obviously. But this feels like it's gonna be the start of a new era of like this derby, and it's gonna be an era that I'm really looking forward to. A game I really like, not only look forward to because like it's a derby, but like I enjoy watching a lot. I am excited. If anyone out there seen the Amazon Prime, uh, All or Nothing with Arsenal, with when the
Fantastic
cameraman
watch.
gave the team speech, bro, he's like, "This is my fucking club. I love this club." That is the vibes all day Sunday, bro. He's like taking pictures on the sideline. I'm taking pictures on my Snapchat story every North London derby. I'm excited and red is coursing through me right now. I cannot wait to get on here next week and talk about a big Arsenal win. Um, I'm going. I think it's gonna be a great game. On Arsenal 3-2, late winner,
Late one. It'll be a
late
banger
winner.
match 3-2. Mike,
I love that.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
be
I
you
was gonna
joining
say the same
Nico?
thing. I think there's goals on both sides. I don't know if it'll be 3-2 or 2-1 or whatever, but there's gonna be goals on both
6-5
sides.
maybe.
And the kind of form both these teams are in, I say it's kind of a tight one to call. One team will
Just
win it. It's not going to be a draw, and I think
think
Arsenal
about
will
that
edge out.
midfield, bro.
They got
That
class.
Tottenham midfield and defense. I
I
think
rate
Arsenal hasn't.
I rate the Tottenham defense as well, or midfield as well.
Yeah, that
But
midfield has been playing good,
but
at
I
least
think
attacking wise.
I think Arsenal is a
Attack,
step
not
above.
defensively, not defensively.
I think Arsenal is just a step above.
We do just have a better squad right now. But as Ainge builds, it's gonna get better and better. I'm so pumped.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate here.
Shut up. See,
I
this
think
is why
Arsenal. No,
this
no,
is why I
no,
didn't want to do this podcast
no, 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 no.
because I know you're
Just
two
hear me
clowns.
out. Just hear
I
me
don't
out.
want to hear shit.
Here's.
No,
Oh, Nick, you need to
I'm
expand
I'm
your.
muting myself.
Here,
Give them a
listen.
platform.
All right. Arsenal has struggled versus Crystal Palace. They didn't look that convincing as Everton, and we all know Everton's not exactly a world beater. Tottenham has been scoring goals like crazy. I think
What the
if
hell?
Tottenham can be clinical enough to finish it off, because I think both teams are going to be playing a lot in transition. Tottenham is good in transition. If they can play the way they have been and play good in transition, where Arsenal's going to be open, Tottenham's going to be open.
Oh my god. When have we been opening? Oh my god.
I think
Shut up.
Tottenham can pull away. Oh, it's so crazy. You guys saying 3-2, it's going to be a close game. The second I say Tottenham will win it,
There is no chance
I
that
have a
Tottenham's coming away
feeling,
with
I
a
have
win.
a gut instinct that is telling me Tottenham will win this game.
Yeah, your gut is also why we call you Pukey Wookie. So shut the hell up.
Whoa,
Like, listen, dude.
God
Oh,
damn.
oh my
clinical,
gosh.
a clinical Tottenham? Are you kidding me? Richarlison
I'm
scores
saying
one goal,
if
and
I'm
now they're
saying
a
if
clinical
they can be
Tottenham?
clinical. I'm talking
Come
about Son,
on.
not
Shut
Richarlison.
up. Shut up.
Oh my!
Let me
I mean,
tell
about
you,
their
dude.
midfielders. The eights run through. They burst through the box.
This
Oh,
is people, all the
Jared,
boys out there listening
you
to the
were
pod.
just
This
talking
is
about
from
how
the
this is
same.
going to be a
This is
good
from
game,
the
back and
same
forth.
mind that said this Champions League group is going to be really difficult for
I
Arsenal.
thought it's
Yada
a
yada
tough group.
yada.
You
Bada
have
bada
played one
bada.
game. It could still be
4-0.
tough.
Dog walked. Game was over in 35 minutes.
It has been
4-0 yesterday.
one game of
It's
your
not going to be
group.
3-2.
Jared.
3-0 to the Arsenal. 3-0 to the Arsenal this weekend. No 3-2. We're going to put them back in their place. And Flags, I'm going to hope that you
You
cry
were
next
both
week.
saying how
You're going to
close it's going to
fucking
be, how it
cry.
could go both
Shut
ways. The
up.
second I say it's
Shut
Spurs,
up.
it switches.
You're such a whore.
I'll stand behind a
Whoa!
close score. It's going to be 3-2. That's a good score. Jared,
Mike, is
your
it so
argument
crazy
about
to say Spurs could win
Jared.
this?
Your
Shut up.
argument about Arsenal being kind of shaky against teams, but they still won those games. I mean, Tottenham's been shaky against some smaller teams. They tied
Against
Brentford.
Sheffield recently, but
They beat Fulham in penalties.
who
and
is
they barely beat
Arsenal in the
Sheffield.
Prem beaten by a bunch of goals? Look at
Dude,
the goals scored.
let me tell you. Let me tell you right now.
Beat
Let me
different.
tell you.
5-2.
Let me tell you right now. Let me tell you right now. The only reason
tell me
Arsenal
right now.
hasn't been The only let me tell you. Let me tell you. The only reason
Let me tell you something.
someone Palmer mute flags. The only reason that Arsenal hasn't been blowing teams away is because every single team that it plays against Arsenal is scared and they're playing low blocks and terrorist football. Every team. I swear to you, Man City changes the way they play against Arsenal because they know what we bring. And Tottenham, Ainge is not going to be scared to play against Arsenal. He brought Celtic to freaking Real Madrid and played proper football. He got smoked, and it's happening this weekend too. There is no way that if you try to match up with Arsenal just playing football, that you come away with the result that you're looking for. Zero chance. No chance. The only way is if you have legitimate world-class players in like 3 or 4 different spots on the pitch, at least. Because Arsenal is that in sync. They know what they're doing. They have the belief. We have the talent. We have the players. And most of all, we have motivation from this loser, Jared Flaggett, who keeps throwing dirt on our name.
I-
And then next week he's gonna wear a Man U jersey. He probably bought a fucking Harry Kane jersey. I'm so sick of you. Jesus Christ.
Harry Kane's at Munich. However, I just don't think it's a crazy thing to say that Tottenham might win this game.
Arsenal better win with all the shit I'm talking right now.
I know you're really gonna make this so enjoyable if they lose.
I believe in the boys. No Instagram clips on this one.
All I heard was
There's
the
gonna be so much.
bro. All I
Let
can
me tell
see,
you something.
all I can see is
My
the
hands are tied.
Instagram clip of him going, "Fuck it, 3-0."
Oh, I'm gonna
Insert
enjoy
Jose Mourinho. If I speak, I am in trouble.
that.
Nick has just digging into the point where if it doesn't go Arsenal's way,
The only reason
it'll
Flag
be a
said that is to
tough
piss
next
me off.
podcast.
This is bullshit. The only reason he said it. You guys are so annoying.
It's called content, bud.
Fucking cock.
Content king.
All right, we're past it.
All
We got more
right.
games.
We move into the rest of the games. We have honestly, I think this will be a pretty good game, evenly matched. Fulham at Crystal Palace. Then we have Wolves versus Luton, another evenly matched, but of a much lower quality there. Then we have Bournemouth at Brighton. I'll stop at this game. Do you guys think Bournemouth can get the result here?
No,
No.
Okay, well, damn, that was kind of
Brighton.
quick. I
Brighton
thought
dive deep.
Bournemouth was a stingy team, maybe.
Hey, actually,
They are,
let me tell you. My team last year, like that I was rooting for outside of Arsenal, was Brentford. I really liked the way they played a lot. I kind of get some Brentford, not like the way they play, but similar vibes from Bournemouth this year. I do like the way they play a lot. I think Brighton might flatter them a little bit if they get a result, but I do like this team. I will be cheering for them.
Like, you had something?
Oh yeah, I think Brighton just plays lower table teams really well. So I think they'll kind of beat the brakes off them.
They might, but
3-0.
I'm hoping Bournemouth. Oh wow,
3-0. Come on.
that's mean to our
This
red
isn't
cherries.
Chelsea here. Bournemouth has some soul in them.
They got Tyler
They
Adams on the
tied them.
bench, telling them what to do. Don't worry
He
about it.
plays.
Oh, I hope he comes back soon. Be huge for that defense. But moving forward, we got Newcastle at Sheffield. Could they pull it off there? Maybe they almost did to Tottenham. We have Nottingham Forest at Man City. Matt Turner may be in for a tough day, but could Matty Turner maybe pull off a clean sheet here? What do we think, guys?
No.
Yeah, I figured that much.
Man City by
Hey,
a lot.
I gotta say, Matt has looked good. He's a really good shot stopper, which makes it even crazier because I feel like Nottingham Forest lets up a lot of chances, and he's kind of saving them
They do.
often.
I mean,
So
they are an 8th, maybe for a reason with a good shot stopper.
yeah, good goalie, good goalie,
Yeah, but they have had a good counterattack. I will say, not that
definitely.
it's been really just Matt Turner saving their ass, but
I do love Awoniyi. I think we've talked about him before.
yeah.
I will.
Now we have a special game here. Everton at Brentford. That, my friends, smelling like a Everton 3-pointer.
Dude, I am struggling with my teams right now. I'm an Everton fan, and in the NFL, I support the Chicago Bears. These teams are kind of reminiscent of each other. Uh, I don't know which one has more going for them, and I don't know which one I really
I
want
don't
to
know
cheer
if
for
either of them
more.
has much going for them at all.
Both teams got
Mike, you
guys
sound
with
like you're
broken
about to
legs walking
cry,
around.
man. Are you okay?
Dude, it's depressing. Sometimes I can't even watch the whole game. I don't like us here, dude. I don't like us at all. But
I
I won't
don't
give
like
us a
watching
result.
Everton. It's like painful to watch them. And any little glimpse of hope that you're like, oh my gosh, it's a wide open chance. Either a world class save by the other team or it's going 10 feet to the left, and you're like, oh,
And our
Everton.
chances of hope, dude, are a ball that's booted from the back, dude, and just ran onto. And it's either we hit a sweet volley
Yeah.
or we don't.
Sean Dyke ball and not fun to watch, but if it keeps him in the Prem, keeps him in the Prem. Long ways from Don Carlo and James Rodriguez.
Thomas.
What a fever dream that was.
And the Rooney
Speaking
days.
of some teams that may have been a little bit better in the past, we have Manchester United at Burnley. Burnley has had a awfully tough schedule to start the year here, but boy, would it be so funny if they were to win this one. Is Eric Ten Hag? I mean, he's already on the hot seat, I would say. Is he? Is he scooting towards the edge of that hot seat if they lose this game? It's at the Turf Moor.
Dude, I'm telling you, I've convinced myself this is a must-win game for Man U. Like,
I don't even
uh,
think that's a crazy thing to say.
a must-win. Like I think there will be real like substance shouts for Ten Hag to be sacked if he does not come away with 3 points. I think even a draw, people will be really, really calling for him. A loss, no doubt. I think we see tweets fired off left and right asking him to be sacked. So, um, yeah, I'm gonna go Man U, but man, not what I'm hoping for.
Mike Fairsay must win.
Yeah, dude. This is if you lose, a lose your job kind of loss.
Exactly, bro.
It's that bad. Uh, the status of the club is so shit, dude. In Old Trafford, I'm seeing huge Glazers out posters all over the place, which is, that's been going on for a little while. They don't like the owners, but I think Burnley ties them here. I think it's like a 1-1 tie.
See that.
I
Honestly,
can see that.
as much as we dumpster on Chelsea, Manchester United has a -4 goal differential, while Chelsea has an even one. They're only 1 point above, so
Only one of them played Luton though. So.
yeah, that is true. Wait, yeah, but Man U, if they lose this one, man, they're not getting close to the top. They're
Nope.
just they've fallen off so hard.
Yeah.
But you know what? Chelsea and Manchester United, they can do their own little thing. We don't need to harsh their vibes.
Oh, dude, that'll be a fun segment we should do one week. Chelsea, Man U combined 11.
Combined 11. The week that those two teams play will
Good
be
luck getting
I'm
the
there.
Super Bowl.
I'm not watching, bro.
That will be the most entertaining bad game of soccer ever.
Oh god.
One of them has to win, or they both get the draw and lose points. But
They do not have to win. They've proven that.
Manchester United's poor defense versus Chelsea, who can't score a goal, versus a youth league team.
Sounds
Matchup
like
for the
0-0
century.
draw to me. Yeah.
Sounds like a serious good job. Might be. But let's get over to our other segments. We go over to the U.S. men's soccer team, and we can stay here on this Manchester United Burnley because we have a dual nat recruit at Burnley. Most likely going to go with Italy if he keeps playing the way he did in his last game. But Luca Quiliosho, he can go for Canada, the U.S., or Italy. Provisionally tied to Italy currently, but he has been looking awfully good for Burnley on that left wing. Guys, should Greg Berhalter put on the Flo Balogun treatment and go after him, or since we have Pulisic there, do we just let it go for a bit? Maybe not put on that full frontal yet. Mike,
How old is this guy?
I believe he's 19, 18.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I haven't really watched him play, so I can't speak on that too much.
All right.
Yeah, can't believe this is the question you led with, dog.
Right. He is a baller.
I'll check out some highlights.
If he's good, yes, let's go get him.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's a
I'll
good
take it,
answer.
boys.
Make the
For
roster.
a recap of the games played, though, McKennie already a regular in the U.S. team. A masterclass of a performance for Juventus. He was supposed to be out of the squad, wasn't going to be brought to the U.S. tour. Instead, he comes back. He came on as a sub a bit, started the last 2 games for them. This time he gets an assist and is heavily involved in the other 2 goals they score. Beautiful long assist to Vlahovic there. Then
Yeah,
Gio
good
Reyna.
ball.
Yeah, it was great ball. Great way to bring it down and put it in too. But
Yeah.
Gio Reyna also back for Dortmund on the bench for their UCL game. Did not get in, but good to see him back. And Dortmund, I'm sure, is also pretty happy to see him back. Balogun and Pepe, they do not want to lose a striker battle. They're both scoring goals. Balogun got his first. Pepe pushes Chucky Lozano on his return to PSV off of the penalty spot to take the penalty for them. What
Aura.
a big balls play to kick out the club legend coming back, his first game back to take the penalty, ends up scoring it. Both of
What can I
them.
say, dude? USA dominates Mexico even when we're not playing them, man. That's just a fucking mindset right there.
Just mindset.
Mexico's worst nightmares is Ricardo Pepi in Uzbekistan.
Uzbekistan. That was a hard-fought 3-3 draw, Nick. I don't know what you're talking about. The final one, Mike, I know you were getting broken up about this earlier, so I want to hand it over to you. We say goodbye to our good friend Julie Ertz from the women's national team. What has she meant for you as a woman in the sport?
Oh, just a legend of the game. Growing up watching the women's national team, especially the last 2 World Cup cycles. Super pivotal player. Can't speak too much about her club career, but from a national perspective, did everything for us. Inspired lots of people, and her husband's pretty fucking good at football too. So that's an awesome household. Those are some real good athletes. I bet their kids will be all right at
Let's
sports.
start Project Mbappe on their kids immediately. Get that going early. Have some super athletes.
That's right.
Speaking of weird things like super athletes and Project Mbappe, we're gonna hand it over to producer P for his question of the week.
Boy, oh boy.
Palmer, what you got for us?
Do I have a banger for you boys? Now, I know that thoughts about Shaq against Lionel Messi last week was just, hard to beat, but I think this one's just as good.
Get more scared with every second you wait.
Among the entire world of football, who do you think is the Mike Tyson of soccer?
Oh.
Now, there are 2 ways you can interpret this. One would be that
His fighting career?
Mike Tyson is the youngest ever heavyweight champion, famous for being a fucking raw powerhouse, just untouchable, unstoppable. Or the crazy motherfucker who plays with tigers in his underwear and bites people's ears off.
I think I have 2 answers for this.
I have 2 as well.
You
Go
guys
ahead.
will say it first.
Want me to go?
Yeah, go Nick.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I have 2. I think we might all be thinking about Zlatan a little bit. Big physical beast, also kind of crazy. I'm gonna say Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney.
That was my guy.
His knockout celebration.
Yeah, I immediately thought of that one.
plus 16-year-old on the
The
scene scoring
bulldog.
against Arsenal. I'm a
Heavyweight. He's a
heavy
bit of a
dude.
chunkier lad.
You seen him lately? Heavyweight. I'm a say Wayne Rooney.
Fucking pig. I've got two as well. My first one's the Aussie, Tim Cahill.
Oh,
It's
It's a
just
pull
Cahill.
from left
how
field.
he's
I
gonna
like
ride,
it.
Yeah, that's a good call.
kicking the corner flag,
I
giving
don't
the
know how
corner
to spell
flag
that
all
name.
bad.
Oh, there he
Oh,
is.
it's the
Tim?
fourth one down. Yeah.
There he is.
And then the other one is Pepe, Portuguese Pepe, especially
Oh,
back
I
in the
could see.
day.
Yeah.
Dude would murder
Psychopath.
people on the field, like kicking studs in the backs.
Pretty
Oh
sure he's
my
still
god.
doing it.
Yeah, maybe he's cleaned it up a little bit with VAR, I'm sure, but phenomenal player, but an absolute asshole.
Yeah, I had Wayne Rooney, so similar thought there, Nick. And then I had Luis Suarez for the biting. Just thought he was perfect for
That's
this
a good
one.
fit.
With those chompers on him,
Oh yeah.
he could bite off an ear so easily.
Yeah. If Richarlison's a pigeon, this guy's a rat for sure. Like, yeah,
And soon we
damn.
could see him in MLS, maybe.
Maybe.
Help
Maybe.
Cristo. Who do you think,
Maybe.
Palmer?
Hopefully.
Who do
Which of
I
these
think?
do you think is the most Mike Tyson?
Let's see. Yeah, let me look back down. Well, this might win.
Yeah, right?
She might win.
Juilliard's.
He's just got a stray shot there.
I mean, I feel like Zlatan is the only one that I know to be like crazy.
So exit him out and
with
off
my
looks.
limited power, with my limited knowledge.
Look at the Wayne Rooney now, dude. It's a big lad.
He's a thick boy. I'll be honest. This guy looks
Uh-huh.
fucking crazy as fuck. I'll be.
Hell yeah.
He is, bro. He
Right
plays
on.
how
Watch
he
some of
looks.
his bad highlights. Holy crap.
Oh.
Another Pepe.
Yeah, fucking Pepe.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's a good choice, Producer P.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'd say undeniably.
No, he has
Check out
Portuguese Pepe.
murder
check
look in his
out
eye.
our Pepe Mike Tyson comparison tomorrow on Instagram. Brought
He
to you
looks
by
like he
Mike
could hop in the
Tyson.
octagon, Pepe did.
Dude, he does. He looks like he rolls around.
Make sure to put in the comments below who you think the Mike Tyson of soccer is.
Hell yeah.
And before we go, we have a new segment to announce. Nick, you're the mother of this segment. You birthed it out to us. Do you want to explain it?
Yeah, so I don't know. You guys just get me so riled up week in and week out and piss me off that I think that it's like time for a little competition between the boys, you know? Boys aren't the boys without getting the juices flowing. So we're gonna introduce a new segment here coming up. We're gonna call it the lock of the week. Each of us are gonna pick one Premier League game from the upcoming week that we for sure think a team is going to win. If we predict the correct winner, then we get 1 point. And if we predict the correct score, we double it and get 2 points. Producer P is gonna keep track of it for us for the year. And then come end of May, end of the Premier League season, last place, whoever's third amongst us, will buy first place a jersey. However, the second place finisher will get to choose what jersey is bought for that first place winner. So, um, honestly, I know if I win, you're gonna buy me a Tottenham jersey, so I'm kind of hoping I don't win. and but if I'm being honest, Nikki takes over here. I think I got it in the bag. I'm not too scared of you chumps.
I'm pretty god awful at soccer betting. So like, I'm just gonna be realistic here. I'm probably choosing a jersey or paying for a jersey here.
Anyways, you guys out there listening know where I'm going. My lock of the week this week. Give me Arsenal over Tottenham. North London derby. London is red. I'll say 3-2.
Yo,
You
he's
got me
backtracking.
juiced up. You got me juiced up. It'll be 3-2.
Big
3-2 to the
Ange.
Arsenal.
Big Ange just got 2 goals back. Just wait till he
3-2
gets
to
there
the
on the
Arsenal.
weekend.
3-2 to the Arsenal. That's my lock of the week.
3-2
Trace?
Gunners. I'm taking Man City over Nottingham, and I'm taking them big. I'm taking them 4, Nottingham 0. Yeah, Holland's gonna get a hat trick, baby. That's the
Oh,
prediction.
okay. Honestly, he is due for a hat trick with how much he scores. I also took Man City over Nottingham Forest. I'm sorry to do it to Matt Turner, but I'll say that maybe he scores that one goal in that 3-1. Maybe he's got a
Turner?
cheeky goal kick, top bins, absolute
Goes up,
blazing 190 mile an hour.
goes up for a
I'll give him
corner down
that.
3-0.
I'll say they're yeah. I'll say all of them are not his fault. And then he scores a goal. A little LeBron, what more can he do? Type action.
So I've got Nick with Arsenal 3-2 over Tottenham, Mike Man City 4-0, and then Flags Man City 3-1.
Lock it in.
Holy
Lock it in.
shit! All
When
right,
Nottingham
boys.
All right,
Forest wins
boys.
and Tottenham wins,
Vegas
we'll
just
welcome
phoned
back
it in
here.
with the lock.
Phone it in.
All right,
All
boys. That's
right.
another episode of Footy with the
Woo.
Boys. Make sure to check
Hey,
out our Instagram, Twitter. We're gonna be
Holy.
on
Links in the description below.
Spotify and Apple podcast soon.
Yup.
links in the
Until
description
then,
below.
see
Footy,
you later,
Instagram
boys.
@footy_with the boys. Later, man. GG's.
Slide in the DMs. Adios.
Later, boys.